On the inside of the long breakwater, you see some gray vessels. This is the Israeli Navy. We don't have battleship. We don't have potential danger from the west. Small boats for temperature at 90 degrees to the big boats. The navy is small. There are torpedoes, not things like this that need to speed, that need to carry whatever they carry, and basically and that was bud, and nothing more than that. I mean, with small buildings, this was higher, and built way, way, way. That's how briefly when the appearance of the Baha'i in Persia, around the 1830s, appeared the man who says, I have heard it from God, I'm the new prophet. Islam, Shia Islam, impossible after Muhammad, unacceptable, he's a heretic. Within a short time, his court, his head is chopped off. He is buried, and a few months, a few years later, there's another fellow making the same type of rounds around the main city. And he's saying, remember my cousin, the one whose head was lost? He actually talked about me. He is a gate through which I was told is not happening here. That is his problem. Again, this group say that they are prophets. This time this year, in that Pentagon, nearby next empire, and the Ottomans had an occupation on their head, so they sent it to a faraway province, dilapidated province far away, where the temple. It was a hall, which was the house of that god or goddess. There was a temenos, or the sacred, how do you call it, courtyard, where they would keep some of the animals that will be brought as gifts before their time will come to be eaten by the god. Eaten by the god. Who ate it were, of course, the priest. And so that you won't know that they're really charlatans impersonating this or that stone. He is telling the story around the water source, a physical source, and around the temple or Temple Mount, which is the spiritual source. All right? Let's leave this king of the northern kingdom of Israel has over here in Megiddo half of his chariot force. Chariots, those are the tanks of today. Why here? Why so much here? Because who is there then and who is there today? The Syrians today that are made. Gido is short for Gedud, which means a battalion. And we hear here two things. Then the availability of water This is one of the main reasons why this town will be born here. And military that is passing through the passage in the mountain, right? So we always hear military campaigns in connection with this place. Megiddo. Civilian life, water, they come to build. Military life, they come and destroy. Israelite, and these are steps, and if you take stones upside down, you won't find it stamped, made in South Korea in 1984. This is going back some 2,800 years, probably at least to Ahab's time. And if you have good imagination, try to be your own James Michener. See them in the morning, early at dawn, coming fresh from their homes, going to their fields. Can you see them late, sweaty, dirty, tired, schlepping their feet up here, being checked by the guards before they'll be allowed to go in? And here will be the commotion of people, different people praying, different languages, different this, different that. That will be here. Only some people will be allowed in for safety. And before you're allowed to go in, we'll have to check your identity card in order to see that you're trusty people. So come.
Yeah, but this is his gate, part of his gate down here.
There's Solomon's entrance.
And so wherever you find in a central place like this, and if it corroborates with the Bible, this is the area of Megiddo, a big one, a palace. It seems that storage will be here, not storage of grain, but storage of other things, because tomorrow the governor has in charge not only to send taxes to Jerusalem, but also next year might be a crop year, might be a siege, so you have to supply the city, or else there will be hunger. Michener, and you spend here half the year. Okay. In absorbing the atmosphere of this place. Can you see that ceremony? Can you see the flutist? Can you see the commotion? Can you see the orgy? No doubt, over here. And all around. And some which were taken off in order to expose some 7, all in all, if I'm not mistaken, bases of different structures of temples that used to be here. The most exciting. now we know where Gideon comes from. And Gideon will be associated with the mountains of Gilboa. Gilboa, it's not only Saul falling on his sword as the Philistines are entering and spreading and charging toward him, but also at the bottom there's a spring of Harod. And that's where Gideon will choose 300 only people with whom to work to save the day from the Midianites. One platoon, 100. One platoon, 100. One platoon, 100. Open space. I give you a torch, covered with a jar. I give you a shofar. Your guns are here. Notation. The water gates. Can you see the women? The young women going in, coming in, with the jars on their heads, right? But this is no good in time of war. Engineers in. Ahab commands you to build him a water system from within, right? Here are the original steps. Do you see? It's going into a vertical shaft, diagonal shaft, horizontal shaft, going under the wall to the water source, which is outside. In time of time in preparation of that, you close the external gate, and entrance and exit is over here. Finito. That's where we go down. It's like in the tunnel. There's a railing in the tunnel. We go to and through. All of it was made some 2,800 years ago. No electricity. Hammer and chisel. And here, the rest is gone. We guess, and we can only guess that from here it was something diagonal like here today, because we don't find anything but for this diagonal shaft. So it has to be more or less the way that we'll go, only not from metal. What happened if it was from wood, it just disintegrated or caught fire, I don't know that. But reconstruction, according to the line, leaches this where the outside will be filed by nature to such a degree it will be lower than the level, carrying water. Seepage will start out, and the rest is man digging deeper into the aquifer and water. So the original entrance would be this here by the side, and behind the sign you see traces of the original steps, and the young girls will be coming here, dropping a bucket.
Oh, this was the original
Yeah.
place where they came
They
down
came
out of
down
the
from
water.
here, they took the water onto the jump.
There's the tunnel
At the end of those
to the
steps.
well. Originally, it came in through there.
Okay, which means that it probably went into the Byzantine times, but could have started before, because the story of Zippor goes back to the 2nd century before Common Era.
Definitely a Roman road, isn't it? That was built by the Romans.
This one, yes, yes, yes. We are talking here about.
This is where Mary's parents were. Putting the Crusaders,
When the
Byzantium.
time came to building a house, you will be build a brick layer. When the time came to make some rough furniture, that's what his probably his father engaged in, because there isn't enough parnasa, that's the Hebrew, enough livelihood from only being a carpenter.
Mary's parents were apparently from here, according to the Byzantium, Greeks, and Crusaders, and it's just right over the hill to Nazareth. That's the fort of the town.
That you cannot see because it's under the bed. And over here, Fred, well, all other faces have been torn down, probably by iconoclastics. We guess with the Arab conquest of the land, they took seriously, even more than us, don't make any images, and bingo, eyes, faces went away. How come you, Mona Lisa, did not lose your face? And they are saying that the Arab conqueror fell in love with her. And so he didn't destroy her, just put the ice box on top. And when at 3 o'clock in the morning he's going down to raid the ice box because he is hungry, he's moving it away, and in comparison to what he left in bed, he's enjoying himself with the Mona Lisa. And why do we call her the Mona Lisa? It's because Leonardo used the same technology that the artists who do not know who it was have used in the mosaic floor. She's looking straight, and wherever you look at her, she's always looking at you. If you're left, she's looking at you to the left. If you're right, she's looking to you to the right. That's the technique that was used by Leonardo. I don't think he knew about this. He was a genius, no doubt. He came to the same conclusion, but he did it with painting and see how small they are and how the artist was able to put the eyeliner and the shadow under her eyes, under her chin, over here, to make it so lively and so beautiful. So no wonder he fell in love with her. Nobody could touch her but me. In the center, this is gone, but in the center you have a bout between Heracles, the legendary hero, and Dionysus, the god of revelry and boogaloogie, on who will outdo the other. Who will outdrink the other? Who will fall down in stupor, which happened to be Heracles, and who will be still sitting on his throne? Dionysus. Who was the landlord of this house? We do not know. Administration by that time is in the hands of the Romans. The majority of the people are from Greek origin. There is a big Jewish presence. What does it represent? An assimilated Jew who absorbed a lot of the local mythological art? Or Greek, rich fellow, trader? Or is it one of the bigger Roman administrative picture? I don't know. There are all kinds of suggestions. You mentioned mayor. Do you remember if he said anything
About
about who could have had this house over here? All kinds of suggestions. Well, there are three possibilities. Roman, top, Greek traders, Jewish minority. It leads toward Roman Greek because of the mythology. But by that time we do know, and the rabbit tells us.
There's the crossroads of the Roman road. This big old site.